All right. Slide into the Inner Blocks. All right, everybody. Welcome back to Inner Blocks Radio. This is, yep, that's my doppelganger.
I know. I was like, that looks like you.
That's the way we kick off the show. So, yeah, we'd like to welcome everybody back. It's another week here for Inner Blocks Radio. So, what do we have going on? It's one of those where it's not much and a whole lot all at the same time. There's a ton of things happening all at once, but we still have to wait.
Yes.
Because it turns out that every time that we're doing something, it's humans doing it. So we have to give the humans a chance to actually do something.
Yeah, I think a common theme for this section of our lives this season would be, and we're watching, and we're waiting.
I think a common theme would be like, dang it.
Oh.
Maybe it's just for me.
Maybe. Well, I know watching and waiting isn't your strongest asset.
You sing Phineas and Ferb, and I'll tell people to work harder and work faster.
Yeah. So
That's why we balance each other. So that's what we're here about. Inner Blocks Radio is all about, keeping everyone in touch. First and foremost is to bring attention to the community and the members of the community. And then second, it's to keep people in contact with the founders, with the vision, with the bigger picture, because that's one thing that we don't want to lose along the way. We don't want to lose the bigger picture. So, excuse me. So, as we...
yeah. Okay. So Wales, when we go to do the show and tell, yeah, it can be of any post. So yeah, we'll make a special time for it.
Yeah, this one is being recorded. So we got to ask that question. They are hit and miss. Sometimes when we have big information, a lot of news or whatever to bring out, we do record it. And then other times when it's just kind of a coffee break, kind of meeting together, then we might not record it because, let's talk about it. Let's be real. Time, effort, and energy for casual conversation.
Right. And we don't know if people really want to tune in and then be disappointed that it wasn't full of information. They're like, did they literally just chat with each other for an hour?
And then record it and then put it out here for us. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. So, that's what we want. We want to make sure that as the project continues to grow, it doesn't matter how large the project goes. Stacey D and I are always available for, talking, communicating to rap about the project and what's going on in real life because we're real friggin' people. Right? So we don't want to get lost in the mix of everything. So, excuse me, I'm coughing like crazy. Lady, do you want to do some copying and pasting?
Oh, geez, that's usually you. How do I do it? What do I do?
That.
But if I do it, then I can't tease you about how bad you are at it.
And then you copy that.
Okay, like this?
Yep.
And then I click?
Yep.
And then I hit copy, not paste. So that messes everything up.
Yep.
Okay.
So here we are. Oh, dang it.
Kidding, girl, but I was learning.
Well, she knew what was coming.
Or she was just trying to jump on the boat for me, like, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I got you.
Yeah, Stacey D, distract the Yeti, and I'll just put this in here. We'll say it was you.
Maybe that was our master plan this whole time.
You guys are into something here.
Right. She sprinkled seeds of the whole plot. It's been happening for a week now.
Right.
Yes, we are talking live. I guess that would be the best way of saying this.
Wales, if you type in there that, like, we can see him talking, but he's not actually connected. So tell him to join the chat.
Oh, not joined in the chat.
Yeah. So what we'd like to do is just get on with some more information to keep.
Okay, click.
What?
Okay.
Do you want me to keep going, or let's get Wales?
Well, I don't know if anybody. We can keep talking if somebody wouldn't mind jumping in and telling him how to join the voice.
Right. So. Yes. Feel bad.
Says he's already joined.
Tell him to go.
He needs to click Inner Blocks. Is he? Oh, he might be joined in a different voice, maybe? No, we would see it. Yeah. Sorry. Apparently, when the Yeti's fingers are typing, I can't talk either.
I know, it's captivating.
Well, I wrote a whole post about how, we're just united as one.
Well,
so
there's
apparently...
Wales. Welcome to the party, Wales.
Woo-hoo!
So we're All right, we're gonna pick up where we left off here, doing a little copying, a little pasting, getting everything going here, because we're about information, and every week, one of the things that I really like is information. Now, I don't know about Stacey D, I don't know about everybody else, but when I'm involved with something, I like information. I like to know the direction that things are going. I really like to know, kind of like, hey, like with the delegations, what's happening with the delegations, what's happening with the different posts, what's happening with the community. Yeah, well, see, he says nosy, but like, yeah, but I've been in employment situations, community situations where we're a part of something, where we're giving to something, and then when you try to talk to the people, when you try to talk to whoever's in quote in charge, they don't know crap about what's going on. They don't share it with you, and you get left in the dark. But yet you're still expected to be a part of something, and I think that that's bull crap. So first and foremost, the people that want to be a part of this, I want them to feel like a part of this. And to feel like a part of this, people need information. So
Even if it's the same information, we're gonna keep just giving it to you.
every week, because then we're just connecting and they call that community. So
There it is.
yeah, 100 plus discords. Holy crap. Just mute them all, put them all in a folder.
Oh my goodness, I couldn't imagine being a part of 100 plus discords. That would drive me nuts.
Right, right. So with the projects, I know that Stacey D and I, we're a part of a lot of different communities. We primarily focus on Interblocks because it's ours and we're growing and we're pushing, and we don't ever ignore whatever's going on. You'll see us all over the place chatting there. Holy crap, Janie's here.
I know, party got real.
Okay, so big things, more big things with Interblocks this week. I'd like to share. Oh, there's coffee blowing it out there. Look, I'm buried in the chat there. Hey, 13,716 steam power as of like right now when I just checked. And this is incredible. Our next goal is 15,000, and then it's going to be 20,000, then 25, and we're going to keep running that stuff up until, well, forever, right? Because that's the goal. And
Until forever.
until forever. And just full disclosure, what we've been talking about is the curation. Let me talk about curation here in a little bit. I will say that so far, more copying and pasting. Look, I couldn't just say this out loud. I've got to show it. 166 posts have been curated this week. You know what I mean? And I would say that's at least 130 different people. 100 different people. It's a lot.
Oh,
Right? Because it's not
that
just
has been curated.
yeah, it's not just continuing to
Be the same people over and
yeah,
over
it's
again.
not just continually curating the same people all the time. Some people have some pretty dope stuff. Some people are really putting out some amazing stuff. And what's really cool about this, you guys can see like the list of delegators. This is the absolute coolest feature of the bot that we have in our Discord, is the ability to see all of this. Not only that, but I think it's kind of cheeky that it tags all these people in blue on the sly. So they're here and they're getting tagged in this. And they're like, hey, I've been tagged in this. What the heck is this?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Interblocks Radio.
Yeah, yeah. So maybe one day they'll all come.
Right? So if you can imagine, with 166 curated posts this week, I think it was 170 last week, there is a team, I think it's about 10 different curators that go and look for amazing content around the world, different languages.
His name is missing?
Put on the brakes.
If his name is missing, who else is missing?
Oh crap. We'll look into that. The bot just kicked that back. Anyway, so we'll look into that. Shuvo, no worries. So
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure.
So if you were to delegate, this is let me pull it. You know what? That's great, Coffee. Let me pull this up. What I do is I use SteamWorld. And I use SteamWorld because it is incredibly easy. And that's one thing that I have found, because um, it's user friendly. So let me drop this here.
It is extremely user friendly. I was shocked when I delegated for the first time.
So if someone wanted to delegate to the project, I would always recommend steamworld.org, and you can go right to Interblocks. I encourage people to check out Interblocks. Check out the posts that we're curating. Check out the content that we're curating. Check out, all of our activity, the goings-ons, because I think it's one of those things where it's kind of nice to know what's going on, and certain people have a certain idea of what kind of content should be curated. So when they see what we are curating as a community, then they'll come back and report it like, hey, this kind of sucks. You probably shouldn't be doing that. And then we'll be like, oh, okay, why? All right, thank you. And we'll have like a conversation. We'll all grow from it. But I found that you can track Interblocks activity, and then you can delegate right to that. So, okay, so on Interblocks there, let me see. What does that say? Does it say you can delegate straight to it?
I don't think so. I think you have to go into your own.
So, yeah.
I think you'd have to go into your own. So you would just, the easiest
Switch
way,
account.
yeah, the easy way, you can switch accounts. You can also go up to the URL, and instead of it saying steamworld.org/@interblocks, you would put in your own username, whatever @ you are, and then you have to be logged in, right?
Yeah, you would have to go through the process, and once you go to steamworld.org/@ your name, then it'll pop up all of your information. On the left-hand side, you'll see in the little category in the tabs, it says delegations. Then you look at your incoming or your outgoing, and then you can see expiring, and then you see a little button on the right that says delegate. You can click delegate. That's where you'll type in @interblocks, and then set however much you want, and then go ahead and Bob's your uncle, delegate whatever you see fit. And what's kind of cool about this, I know many of you know that I make a vlog. I probably make a vlog 6, maybe 7 days a week. And yes,
Yes.
nice. So you guys will know that I make vlogs every day, and crap, Joseph Savage got me completely off my whatever I was talking about. I'm out.
Out completely.
I'm just like, I read that, I laughed a little bit, lost my train of thought.
So you're making this
Oh,
vlog.
I know. So
Oh,
I make
there,
vlogs,
you're
and
welcome.
thank you. So one thing I was talking about was the idea of life being voluntary. I believe that we do have the option to live voluntary, to be voluntarily a part of something that we can't be forced or controlled. And I don't think that things should be forced or controlled or manipulated. I think it is what it is. You know what I mean? The delegators delegate because they want to. The curators are curating because they want to. Finding this content and growing this project is happening because people want it to happen, because they want to be a part of it. And I absolutely love all of that.
SP is steam power.
Steam power, yes. Every account has.
Oh, I was all
that guy's a
patient. Like,
joker.
it's okay.
Delegator. So we're really excited about everything that's happening and the growth that Interblocks is seeing. And I think that I've communicated this a lot. Like, I push really hard as Freedom Point, because I have my own goals, and with my goals is to boost Interblocks even more. So every week, multiple times a week, I'm continuing to boost my delegation. So you guys will see that I'm supporting DIY Tube, right, which is supporting TipFox project that supports all of the DIY projects that they can find for the curation team. It's incredible as well. And then you'll see I support Interblocks, and every time I get more SP, I delegate. I delegate, I power up, and I delegate. I'm powering up and delegating. Of course, I've set a little aside. Let's not get crazy. But
yeah, don't be absurd.
you can see that my steam power is going right to it. And I do believe in that. Like Sarge says, every little bit helps. Um, so, when I think about it, okay, well, what is the long-term goal of this? Well, the long-term goal of this is to continue to do this hashtag forever. Forever, ever?
Forever.
So we talk about, actually, with version 2.0 coming of the Interblocks website, right? The front end is coming, as far as we know, it's Q1 2020. It's coming. It should line up with SMTs. And with that, inside of that, we talk pretty regular about how Interblocks, the actual website, the front end, and everything will have more barriers. It will function more independently and not so much interconnected with everything else. There will be cross posting kind of one direction, but we're going to try to discourage just token tagging. You know what I mean? We're going to try to discourage just, throwing tags out just for cross posting, just for those purposes. You know what I mean? We want to kind of encourage the ecosystem to grow from inside, so we could end up with another curation team with doing their own thing inside of Interblocks, and then also have a curation team that's on all of the other front ends that are functioning just the way it is now. So instead of stopping one, starting another, it's just going to be starting another and keeping both going, because there's no sense in not supporting people. You know what I mean? Like, we're not going to isolate our support just to our front end when we have an opportunity to support people via Steemit, Steampeak, and all these other front ends that we can do with the same setup that we have right now. So continuing to monitor and grow, increase the SP, and then maybe there'll be connections with the SMT and the SP. We'll be able to work things out. Maybe actually organically,
Yes.
yes, and maybe organically just push the Interblocks account up to support that many more people. And one thing that we were talking about last week was when we have run-ins with community members. Remember, we were talking about somebody thought that we were doing something shady.
Yeah.
Just because we actually own the keys for the account, they were like, well, this all really benefits you. And then the only thing we can say is, hey, you just got to wait and see. Got to trust us enough to wait and see to know that we're not in it to be millionaires, that we want something sustainable. Bro, listen, let's be fair. One day I want crypto to buy me a car and some land and be a homesteader. But I think when people think about people that run communities and have a bunch of tokens, they might think Cadillacs and nice clothes. But really, when
Maybe
was
a
the last time?
yacht.
Do I own nice clothes?
Well, okay. So on that sense, I mean, I have been getting you some, proper t-shirts that fit.
Well, grown-up size, extra large, tall T-shirts. Yes.
Yeah. So I feel like that's a really big step up.
But yeah, it's that whole idea is like, most people think, you have a token and a business and you're doing all this. Well, yeah, we're starting the C Corp, bringing it as an entity into this real world. But then what are we looking to gain for it? Well, honestly, we have a family, so we're looking to take care of our family. But you know what? We are going to take care of the world, and all we can say is, hey, wait and see. You know what I mean? So those people that are willing to trust the project for what it is, with whatever information that we have, hey, those are the people we want to be surrounded by. And if people are constantly skeptical about our motives or something, well, hey, man, we don't have time for that crap. It's all voluntary. Thanks for stopping by. You know what I
Yes.
mean? It's like this is going to be a huge wave, and we think Interblocks is going to be uh, like every day. Yeah, so that's one big push, and that's why we think it's very important to keep people connected to Stacy D and I, that we are making these pushes. And when people start talking about communities and you're talking tokens, thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of tokens, when you start talking about large numbers, people automatically think golden toilets. They think, that you're having every meal specially delivered for you. You know what I mean? That something like and I say having your cook in the kitchen, someone besides you.
Oh, I see what you're
See
saying.
what I
I
did
get
there?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, listen, I didn't want to say like you're like a maid.
Wow. You're just really like, wow, where's the golden toilet I can clean? I'm just really hoping.
Just please, Lord, give me a golden toilet to scrub. So it's not like that at all. You know what I mean? It's that might be a misconception of what it takes. And on the back end, we are looking to do really big things. And in the physical world, we're hoping that the crypto can be just one part of something much larger.
I just got this mental image of us, making it big and having a golden toilet, but then giving them away. You get a golden toilet, and you get a golden toilet.
We turn into crypto Oprahs.
Yeah.
Nice. Now you get some crypto, and you get some crypto. That's how we're not gonna airdrop. We're gonna do it like that, like Oprah. So, anyway, with that,
yes.
So, with all of that, we are spreading the word. I got distracted there. Every time that someone says something on there, I'm like, who is it? What are they saying?
They're talking to me.
Yeah. Yeah. You drop a post here, and then I'll get on with the post I'm about to drop here. And then we have dogs trying to eat imaginaries outside while you're doing that. Yes. So I would like to keep going. Yeah. Yes. I like Steam World, Steam Chiller, all that. Big things.
Big things.
So going back to the idea of what we were talking about with Interblocks and with growing into the physical world to be an actual entity, we want to talk also about communities, because we know communities are coming along, and we're really excited about that. And I keep getting it's like mixed results. I talked to somebody and they described it to me like communities are going to be great for established communities. Whoa, coffee! We didn't see that. Where did I not see that?
Right there.
Oh, thank you very much. Look at that, 500 SP. That puts us over 14,000.
That's very exciting.
Holy
Thank you
cow.
so much.
Yeah, so that's exciting. Oh, Stacey D's over here giving me the nudge. Like, look at this. Look at this.
I know, like I had to reread it just to make sure I read it right before. We're like, thanks, coffee, and then I was like, oh wait, no, you didn't. Never mind. Sorry.
No, just kidding. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you very much. That support, I think you're gonna love it. So we were talking about communities, and we were talking with other community leaders, and this one person really described it as, um, it's a fantastic thing that's going to happen for established communities that don't plan to have a front end. They said that it's kind of like we were talking about it, and they said it was kind of like a tag and Discord had a baby. Like you can have roles, and then you have your community growing in there. So it's really going to bring a lot of attention. It's going to bring communities together. Like we love like Tribe Steam Up, right?
Yes.
And we love like there's a lot of
like
powerhouse creatives.
I know I was gonna say that one. I can't remember what's it
What
called.
was that one?
Janie's.
Ran by that wild lady that throws wine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but there's great communities that maybe they're well established, but maybe they're not thinking front end. But this is going to be incredible because it's going to bring more people together, which we're really excited about.
Yeah. Speaking of the Powerhouse Creatives, as I believe, right, Janie, you guys have your community all set up on the beta.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
we'll
awesome.
talk about that in just 1 second. I just
Oh,
want to drop this post here.
Oh, I jumped ahead of you.
Yeah. So this post right here, one thing that we wanted to put out, we put this out today. This is just to recognize, to make a declaration, if you will. I even say declaration in the post. But
he even fist pumped it just now.
Friggin' fist pumping.
Yeah.
Because it's a declaration because, a lot of people we've spent since last April trying to define what Interblocks is, right? We have a mission statement now. We have a clear vision, clear goals, clear ideas. And then it's like we're still getting the word out about what Interblocks is because it's not a niche. Like you don't just come to Interblocks. I'm sorry, niche. Sorry, Janie's here. I'll clean that up. Because Janie knows we love niches. So these niches, but it's not just one, but it is a community of communities. It is a community that's all about life. And so if you guys check out that post, you'll see how we broke down the categories and the subcategories of what is going to be on the front end version 2.0. So we tried to separate it into amazing categories that would cover like this amazing, let's talk about this broad scope of life.
Yes.
Right? Because that's all we wanted to do was to, encompass the idea of life.
Right. It was funny because when the idea was first hatched, we were thinking, okay, well, what does a first-hand experience mean? What does that mean for everybody? Well, there's so much. It means...
Sorry. Well, that never happens to me. I swear this has never happened before.
What happened?
I took a drink of the coffee that you brought me.
Uh-huh.
And it is good and burnt.
It's burnt?
It's like, tastes like burnt popcorn,
Well, it was at the bottom of the... Was it
that
the carafe?
Coffee just disrespected my face. That's what happened. Like, that was terrible.
I feel like you should go like Godfather. Like, you come into my home.
It came into my mouth. And you disrespected my taste buds. It was awful.
With coffee right there.
With coffee right here.
It's so embarrassing.
That was friggin' Tim Hortons that we put in our Mr. Coffee, and apparently we have burnt it to the ground and then tried to drink it. It tasted like liquid burnt popcorn. I'm telling you. I mean, I don't mean
you should have put some like hot chocolate mix in there. You would never have known.
No, or I can just drink hot chocolate and throw that crap in the sink.
Or we can make a fresh pot.
Oh, so
where were we?
Where were we?
Oh, so the idea is that the Interblocks, everybody has so many varieties. I'm sure it is. So many varieties of what makes them them because we've been living our lives getting built up all through our lives, and everybody's unique. Everybody has this amazing journey that they've been on since they were born.
You're right. And so we're seeing that like you have these niches. I can't even say niche without
like
saying
a straight face.
Like a niching. So it's like niches in action. So we have all these niches.
Just do it.
Just niches.
Just commit.
So we have all these niches, right? So we have all these categories. That seem to be separated out But it seems to often focus on one part. You know what I mean? And I guess if you were to take Interblocks and you say, well, what is the one part? Well, the one part is life, real friggin' life.
Real freaking life.
Because the curators are out looking for real life, firsthand experiential content. And that's what it is all about. It's about real life. So you think, okay, well, what is Interblocks? Interblocks is real life. So it's going to be, Interblocks is going to be synonymous with real life. And that's what it's about. You know what I mean? Because you have people that want certain things on the blockchain. They want, yep, Nietzsche. So,
And I'm kind
I
of
just
shocked
I
about
just stroked my
coffee's
mustache.
right. And I'm kind of shocked about coffee's niche being coffee. I thought it was like a tea guy. I don't know.
You just disrespected him. I'm pretty sure.
I just figured if we hadn't already, with all of our coffee blackening, burnt,
Tell him you drink decaf.
I won't do it.
Tell him.
I won't do it.
Tell him that we're
I can't.
decaf drinkers.
No, he'll leave. He'll take back his delegation.
So when you think Interblocks, that's one thing that we're trying to bring to the world is this real life experience. There's a lot of things happening on the blockchain for a lot of different reasons, a lot of different areas happening. Some people like certain types of blogs, certain types of ideas, certain types of performance metrics, crypto. There's a lot of things happening, right? And so we are just one of many things. And we're just putting that real focus on, hey, this is going to be it. This is what we're going to bring to the people. I'm talking like, I don't want to put the cart in front of the horse, but I'm talking about, the next I can see it. I don't want to be so bold as to say Facebook like, but you know that idea where friends and family come together, because we talk about the Hugo feel.
Yes.
And I don't want to use we drink Swiss water process. Is he where are you from, Coffee? Is he in America?
No, I don't think so. You're not coffee, right? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, we can always make arrangements. Does he take PayPal?
Oh my goodness. What if what if you could make an Interblocks coffee and put our logo on it?
Interblocks
I don't know how it would work.
This chick, sure. Look at that marketing genius. We can make Interblocks brand.
Oh my
okay,
gosh, I'm so excited.
Let's just backburn this for a second because we're getting way out there. Let's go back to how we're actually like Facebook.
Oh,
See, I took your big idea and I went back to another big idea that we were just like, hey, let's table the big idea. Anyway,
yes.
so this
I'm
idea,
focused. I just got
we're
excited.
talking about the Hugo, right? Putting your wool socks up, drinking hot cocoa next to a hot fire, next to, your friends and your family to share things. And that's one thing that we have noticed. I'm wringing my hands. Things are happening. So
yes, we could.
Yes, we could. This is happening.
This is so exciting.
So, so what we were talking about though is the idea of what did Facebook really encompass? Like, what are they really doing, and why are they winning? Now, I don't care how people actually feel because they are still actually winning, right?
Right. Regardless how I feel about Facebook, it doesn't matter. They're still winning.
New people sign up every day. More people are signing up than are leaving. I guarantee it. So you think about what are they doing? You have friends, you have family, you have ease of use, you have that one-stop shop feel.
Yeah.
And it's a feeling that people can be a part of something. It's a feeling that people can share it with their families. And that's one thing that we have run into is that we have a terrible time sharing this with our friends and our family. You know what I mean? Because it's hard enough when we're trying to talk crypto, but then you're trying to explain to somebody else about crypto and they're like, what? And then you should sign up and you do this, you do everything. That's why we're pushing the guest mode. Because you know what? We want people to come in. We want them to be able to guest around. We want them to be able to comment and do an unweighted vote, to feel like they're participating. But we want them to feel like they can be there, that they can go down that YouTube type rabbit hole and they can just do a post after post and see great content.
There's also a bit of a rabbit hole that goes with Facebook as well. Like, do you ever get on and you just see what somebody is up to and you just, you're in it and then you click on, well, there's that aspect is a little different because I know with Facebook, you get on, you click, and then you see the other people that they're following, so then, or they're friends with, so then you click on them and then you click on, you know what I mean? And then you're like, next thing you know, you're acquainted with like their fourth cousin twice removed on their mom's side.
It just keeps getting deeper. And that's one thing that we want to bring. We're all about getting that version 2.0 up and running, get the SMT established, get everything going. And we're working with a team of developers, and Jason Boo is our lead developer, and he's doing big things both for us and others. And we know that with time, we've talked to him about other features, and they could be little features and big features, but we've talked to him about future features and things that are going to happen. Mapping, regional posting. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's still to come, and it's one of those things where it's like we're just sitting back here talking about the iceberg, and we're about to hit that iceberg, and I'm so excited. But even when we hit it, we're only going to hit the tip of it.
Right, and it's not like a Titanic iceberg, right? Like it's a good iceberg.
This is a good iceberg.
Okay,
but we're just all back here. We're all back here currently floating in the ocean, talking about what can be, and we know that there's going to be an iceberg that we're going to be able to be on it, and it's just the tip of the iceberg. What we're about to see is just the beginning, and I really like the idea. One thing we talk about is I know we were talking about this before, source and open source, or not, and how people do certain things. And I believe our wallet is completely open source, because I think that's important that people can check code and they can check and make sure their crypto is safe. There's nothing shady about that. But I believe that the rest of the website is not open source. It is custom built, one of a kind. So I think that we're going to be a one of a kind, front end. So that's pretty exciting. And then it's just going to grow from there. Then that way it'll help it keep it unique. It'll be its own custom niche. It'll be a whole niche because it doesn't look like the rest. Maybe that's a thing, and I'm sure that there's more and more coming. But this will help us to get away from better twitching than niching.
Okay.
Yeah. So
yes,
that's exciting.
It's very exciting.
So before we get into the next section, do you guys have any questions, comments, concerns? Well, I don't think there's any concerns. Questions or comments you guys would like to share with us?
Well, if there are concerns, you're more than welcome to voice them.
Just tell Stacey D. She loves listening to that.
False, but I will take it.
She goes, I will take it in, and I will apply it as it should be applied.
Yes.
Nice. So, we dropped a lot of information. 33 minutes. Holy cow. I feel like I've been doing vlogs here. Talking and talking and talking and talking and talking.
That's about right.
I like that you're with me.
What? So it's like when I do a cameo in one of your vlogs and I'm like, hey guys.
Yeah. No,
I'm kidding.
not really. Big things are happening here. So, before we get into Stacey D's post sharing, inner blocks, who you are, what's going on, do you guys have anything about the first 30 minutes? All I hear is the clock ticking.
All right. Oh. They're probably going to
say something.
They're going to say something.
And it's going to be me.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was kind of hoping that the metaphor with the iceberg would kind of go more towards like a metaphor with a cruise ship, and then we could all jump on the cruise ship with the golden toilets.
Cruise ship, Cadillac brand cruise ship, golden toilets.
Yeah.
All right, Stacey D, do you want to take us into this next section? Tell everybody what you've been doing about your posts and, just bringing out the inner blocks. Have they written a post from now all the way back to the very beginning about
the beginning of time,
about something that makes them them?
Yeah. So I really wanted to give some space to everyone to come share something, a block of their own that that is about them. Because we all have these blocks, we're all made up of these things, and we tend to write posts about them. And I think people have read a lot about these posts without even realizing that, hey, this is my inner block. This is who I am and what I'm doing. So I wanted to give time to come and do a bit of a show and tell. So it's not like PYPT where there's curation involved, even though if it's a new post and you love it and you want to go curate it, then that's amazing. But if, lost myself here. But if you you can just bring any post from now. I'm just falling apart. From what? My earbud fell out. It was a mess. But now we're back on track. So if you have any posts,
over the next 30 minutes, like you supported me in the first 30, I'll just smile at you and you just keep talking.
Oh, that's so nice. Okay, so does anybody have a post that they would like to share? I know last week Janie had a great post that she shared, and Kitty Girl, and I believe Draco Noise shared a post. It wasn't his own though, but it would be really good if it were your own. Janie is typing. So yeah, so you ran into a really cool post tonight, but it wasn't your own. Oh, I wonder if you couldn't hang. I don't know. I mean, sure, go ahead. Why not? Oh, he's still here, but not on voice anymore. He can't hear me. Mwahaha. Okay, sorry, I was reading. So I know.
Maybe someone can help Wales while
Yeah,
Shivo
yeah.
talks.
So yeah, Shivu. Yeah,
It's a
Shuvo.
U and then an O.
Shuvo. Ah, goodness. Yes, you can share. Go ahead. So just go ahead and put your link in and put it up so everybody can see it, and then you can come on voice and then share your post. And then whoever is next, if you want, if it would make it easier, we can kind of put in the, let's see, we have a symbol. We have our inner block symbol here. I'll put it in real quick. And you guys can throw that in, and that'll make kind of a cue. Awesome. Now, you don't have to come on voice if you don't want to. If you want to just type it out, I can read whatever you write.
What are you trying to do? Are you trying to encourage people here?
I am. So you're saying yes, but to which one of my options? Wales, what we're doing right now is we're into the show and tell portion of the show.
Hello,
Oh, there you are.
my voice my voice is clear.
Yep, I can hear you.
Thank you for the chance. Right now, I will share my post caption, life ev- wherever, however it is. Hopefully, those people are listening me right now. All is well. Maybe you understood the caption of my story and understand what kind of story I'm going to share with you. I'm a man of intense reality and try to accept reality all the time. In fact, when you write about someone, you cannot finish by writing a few letters. Writing about someone's life in the page of his diary, but seeing a lot of things can make a lot of sense. So let me present to you the hero of today's story. On this winter day, while you are sleeping with your partner in a blanket, someone else has gone to work, work to earn a living. It is very difficult to say exactly what happens to anyone when life is really worried. Maybe today you have to a lot of time, so you are spending your time like you do. Maybe the man who got used to the winter today might have a good time. He can enjoy a good time like you. When it is not possible to say, so it's not okay to make a joke at someone. Learn to love people, all walks of life. You will be good and you will be loved. Today I saw the man you see in this picture afternoon. Then I had hot clothes, but he did not have hot clothes. He is a sweet seller. He makes him hard at home and makes sweet and sells on his head. This sweet tastes bitter different but better. He makes a living by selling that sweet. I don't see his work being short, but I feel bad for him that he has no warm clothes in their winter. This winter we have been reading hot clothes one after the other, but there are the people next to us who cannot afford to buy hot clothes for a few feet. You still donate your extra hot clothes to donate low income people, those who cannot afford buy to hot clothes. Wishing everyone good and everyone to stay away from the severity of winter. So thank you people, thank you listener, and thank you all.
That was awesome. Thank you for sharing
Th-
that. That was really nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, I really like that whole idea, just bringing attention to awareness. I think oftentimes we get a lot, just I mean, just really caught up in our own lives and our own situations, and when we don't look outwardly, we don't see the people around us that have needs and that need certain things. So I think that was really beautiful. Awesome. All right. Does anybody want to go next? Janie, if you want to share that post that you found, even though it wasn't your own, um, but if you just want to share it and then just tell us why you think that third inner block is important, and then we can just kind of spread the word. Okay. Oh, I didn't see that. Awesome. Okay, Wells, do you want to jump on voice and tell us about your post?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Great. Um, I have no idea. As I wrote in the post, I totally forget them, and I
It's
never reread them. But
it's kind of
it's
hard to hear you
about
now.
really. Let me turn the sound up. Hang on. Oh, it's at 89. Right, it's at 96. Can you hear me?
Yes, that's better.
Okay, I'm right near to the microphone. Okay, so what's my post about? It's not really about anything. It's kind of like one one trip in a billion, in 7 billion that one person has every day. Do you see what I'm saying? You know?
Maybe?
Okay. Well, there's like 7 or 8 billion of us on this little ball that's hurtling around the sun at 285,000 miles an hour or something.
Right.
The sun is hurtling around the cosmos at 10 times that speed, and the cosmos is drifting through the universe that I mean I can't even, and the mind boggles, like everything's like moving
Mm-hmm.
crazy. And well, here's one little piece of that total amazing something who's just written something that really doesn't mean anything.
Right.
yet it means what it means because it's. I mean, I did that. you know what I'm saying? But I made that. You know, I
Yeah,
did that. I did it. I did it.
you did do
You
it.
know, and it's my. Yeah. Do you know there's more stars than grains of sand? It's like amazing.
That's
And
incredible.
well, the thing is, when you boil it all down, it's like there's so much mundane, and yet there's so much amazing in this life. And the life. Let me say something now. There's two walls, right? And every one of us right now has gone through the first wall. That's the wall of birth. And we've all only got one wall left to go through. You know?
Mm.
And in between these two walls, we have whatever life we have, whatever moment we have, whatever moments we have, and whatever we create and whatever we destroy and whatever we do. This is just what we have. And it's very, very, very short. It's amazing. It's just totally amazing, but it is short. But what is my story about? It's basically just a story. So I think really you have to read it and just enjoy it for yourself. You know?
I
That's
like
it.
that. I was just a
Yeah,
line
that's
caught
it.
my attention where you not you necessarily, but the character I guess is saying, thinking as a living as you're thinking. I'm thinking my mind is thinking that thinking is thinking. All the thinking thoughts of thinking. And I'm like, yeah, I love it.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I am amazed quite often by what I write. I mean, I don't even remember half of it, you know. And no, I didn't eat any mushrooms. Sorry, no. I did try a mushroom once back in 1972. It was a fly agaric mushroom, one of those red and white ones. I found it in the woods and I boiled it up. Oh my god, it was terrible. I spat it out.
That's
No,
so funny.
yeah, I'm not really into mushrooms. Sorry.
Right, right.
I
That's
don't really need them, you know.
you're like, I'm good on my own. So yeah, so this is
Yeah.
great.
Okay.
Definitely an Interblocks post because it's like it's fictional writing, which we totally support, and then just the philosophical, just thinking and like letting it flow. I love it.
Okay. Well, I've done my special little bit, so thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for coming and sharing.
Okay. You're welcome. I'm going for a smoke now. I'm turning my microphone off.
Okay,
Good
cool.
night.
Have a good day.
And you.
All right. Well, that was a treat. So, does anybody else have something they would like to share?
I'm happy to drop the link now that I mentioned earlier. Hello, everyone.
Hello. Hello.
And you know what? I'm probably a fool because I have not. I think I might have crossed paths with this user before, but a long time ago, and I came across this post this evening. And the art for a start just absolutely blew my mind. But the intent behind everything that he appears to do is just it's just phenomenal. I'm not even actually going to say anymore. Just have a look at and of course I don't know if the preview is showing up on the link that I dropped for you guys, but it's not for me, which is really disappointing because like his art just speaks for itself.
Oh, sure.
Can you see the preview?
I cannot see the
No.
preview.
Well, that sucks.
I wonder if it needs to be on Steampeak because sometimes that works better.
I am. Yeah. Okay. Let me try that.
Oh, it was Steampeak. There it is. Oh, Kitty Girl
Yeah.
did it.
Thank you. His work is just mind blowing. But like in this particular post, just the way, and even the way he just titled it was, which is what actually caught my attention was, you know, how I use negativity as rocket fuel. And I thought that was really cool. That grabbed my attention straight away. But yeah, anyway, I've actually I've never directly connected with him previously that I can recall. But yeah, it was such a great post, with the depth. I mean, you can see just from the artwork itself that there's a level of depth that goes into that that's, you know, quite incredible, really.
It is. It's beautiful.
But yeah, he's just got so much thought behind it all, which is quite beautiful. It's in a niche all on its own.
You had to say it, huh?
I had to say it.
Like you worked at N. Like you'd been working on it. That's awesome.
Yeah, okay. I'll sign off now. I'll speak.
That's great. Yeah, it's hard. I really wanted to keep this time as people to come and share their own posts and to be able to talk. But I think it's hard sometimes I find it hard to talk about myself, and I find it a lot easier to talk about, others' posts and being supportive. And so I don't know if that's something we'll continue to do, showing other people's work, or how that'll pan out. But at the same time, you could justify it by saying, oh, well, it's an inner block, being caring and showing. And, I don't know. So Kitty Girl says the most important thing about art is to work. Nothing else matters except sitting down every day and trying. Oh, that's really good. I like that. Making it a point every day to try. It's awesome. That is awesome. So let's see. Does anybody else have another post that they would like to share? Oh, I see. I didn't even notice she said from the post. Read the whole thing. Yes, she should share a food post. You have great posts, Janie. Don't be so shy.
That's Powerhouse creative level posts.
Yeah, Powerhouse. If anybody has a Powerhouse creative level post, it's Janie. It's true. It's true. She makes us drool. Awesome. Well, we are wrapping it up towards the end of the show. If no one else has any posts to share, then we'll go ahead and wrap this up. It's now or never. Okay, yeah. Oh, thanks, Wales.
Thanks, Wales.
Copycat.
I'm a copycatter.
I get so excited when it says several people are typing. I'm like, oh, what's going to happen? Who's going to pop up first?
Okay, am I coming in?
Yeah, you're a little low, I think, but
Okay, is this any better?
yes.
Okay, I had trouble getting the push to talk turned on. Okay, well, one of my inner blocks is trying to find a happy medium among all of the different things that happen in the world. You know, there's so many he said, she said, my point, your point, and trying to find a happy medium somewhere. So this is something I actually did several years ago, and I brought it to the Steam blockchain last year, and it took off a little bit, but trying to get it some traction this year. This is a tag that I created that people can use if they want to write a post about the general feeling of the holidays in December as a whole without tagging it to any particular religion or culture or tradition. It's something that I think could spread all boundaries. Um, and so I'm inviting anyone who writes a post in December, to use the tag Wintermas if you want to. um, and just show that it's all about the season of you know being with each other and caring and being grateful and whatever else you think that it should stand for, without tagging it to any particular culture, religion, tradition, whatever. It's something to think about.
Oh, that's great. I feel like this is such a magical time of year for everyone, no matter what they celebrate, you know? So I think that's really cool that you made something that incorporates all of that so that we can all come together still without boundaries.
Yes, absolutely. Coming together without boundaries. That's a succinct way of putting it.
Woohoo! Yeah, I think that's great. Draker Noise says, "You love lists, don't you?" That's funny.
Well, sometimes they do illustrate a point, and I thought that it was very appropriate in this case to illustrate my point by showing all of the different traditions that I could come up with that people celebrate in December. So, yeah.
I think lists
Can
are
I
nice.
just can I just say something before you guys all run away? And that was that this particular show has actually been sort of obviously unintentionally and just the way it's come together has almost been really introspective and really I don't know, focused on meaningful things, like the posts that have come forward, like in each individual's own manner. Like they've just been really I'm not sure how to term this. Just yeah, like about the things that really count, if I could say it that way.
It's funny that you'd say that, Jeannie, because I've been regularly just joyfully surprised about how much people, it just like the inner block seems to pull out the retrospective perspective. And I feel like I cut it short a lot, and I think, oh, okay, well, it's just very surface level things, materials that come, that can be, I don't know how to say it, like inner blocks material. But then people come forth with these great things, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't think about it quite that deep, or I did, but I didn't think other people would. And I agree, it's been really fantastic.
It was like just very sort of personal and very meaningful, like every single, very individual, but like there was a lot of depth in every single share.
I agree. I think that's great. Awesome. Ceci Caster's talking. And then, yeah, this has been a great show, guys. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. I think you're right, Ceci. That's exactly it. When folks get to share what is in their hearts, we all win because they are sharing their very best. Can I use that for inner blocks? Can I quote you? Woohoo! That's really good. Look at that. All your support. Okay, Janie, thanks for coming and hanging out with us. I just love it when everybody shows up. This is such a good time.
It has been an awesome show.
Great. I was going to say something else, but now I have forgotten. Zeke Pickleman just came, but we're wrapping it up. He laughs. He's like, yes. He's like, I get the credit for coming. How do you, well, I mean, that could be kind of a deep question, Wales. I mean, we've gotten a little philosophical today.
Turn all the voices off.
Oh, there. Well, okay. So, or you can click the little headphones. Trigger Noise says you can't. I took it very ominously. Okay, good. That's how I meant it. You can click the headphones and that mutes, or not mutes, but yeah, turns off the voices. But we're also wrapping it up now. So thank you guys so much for coming, and I appreciate everything that everybody brings. So I really love this show and tell portion. If you guys really love this, we can keep doing this, and yeah, so great. Well, I hope everybody has a really lovely rest of your day, whatever that looks like. If you're going to sleep, then I hope you have the best dreams ever.